What is cracking, my goons? Today we're back at it again with another video. In today's video, we're going to do something a little bit different here, and we're going to talk about motivation. Before we get into the video, I want to do a quick little preamble to why I think motivation is so important. Motivation is the reason why you get out of bed every morning. Motivation is the reason why people lose 100 pounds. Motivation is why people become star athletes. Motivation is why you're watching this video. Motivation is why I made this video. When you really think about it, motivation is the raw material needed to take action that yields anything meaningful. So down below here, we have different life events and sources of inspiration that can motivate you, and we have different tiers we're going to place them in. So we have instant lock-in, below that we have life fuel, under that we have won't last, and at the very bottom we have fake. So the first item we have on the tier list is a new year. A lot of people have this idea that when the clock strikes midnight and a new year starts, they're going to be a different person. They have all these goals. They're going to start eating right, going to the gym, no fap, all these great things. But we all know that never lasts. It's very relevant to the time of year it is right now because it's February and we've seen 98% of people have fallen off the wagon. It's really delusional to think that all your habits are going to change all at once, and that's the fastest way to fail them. It's fair to say that the new year, new me people are never going to make it. People that actually want change don't want to wait till the next year. They get it the very next day. Next up, we have psychedelics. You see, some people have this idea that if they trip acid or do shrooms, they're going to get their mind right. They're going to ask the greater questions and get their life on track. And as someone who's tripped more than 10 times, I can tell you this couldn't be any further from the truth. This one's going to go in the fake category because it's not even your real brain making these decisions. And if you do have a mental breakthrough while you're tripping, it's impossible for you to ever get back to that spot when the trip is over because that's what drugs do to your brain. You misfire a certain type of way and it's impossible to get back inside that psychology. Sad story, I actually had a friend who said he was going to quit all drugs after he did some psychedelics. He tripped some acid. 5 days later, he overdosed on cocaine and is no longer with us. So stay away from the drugs. The motivation that you get from them, it might feel real in that moment, but when it's time to get back in that psychology, you're fucked. Next up, we have revenge. You see, revenge is an interesting one because it really scales with how much of a hater you are and how much you don't let shit slide. Me personally, I do not forget and forgive, so this shit's going to be an instant lock-in for me. It's actually incredible the feats that men can pull off out of pure spite. There's some that come to the top of my head. I just remember in high school, I was an underperforming student and teachers would often bet against me. There are even times where they would pull other students to the side and say, don't hang out with Max because he's not going far in life. You actually have a future, he doesn't. And that shit just fucking stuck with me. When university came around, I was basically a straight A student. I was always at the top of my class, but it's just because I needed to prove the dumb high school teachers wrong. I didn't give a fuck about school. I still don't give a fuck about school, even though I have 2 degrees, but it was all about proving those teachers wrong. Out of pure spite, out of pure revenge, straight A student, because it's on some fuck you shit. Next up, we have humiliation. Humiliation is the fastest way to get locked in, no questions asked. I actually have a whole video dedicated to a time when I was humiliated in downtown Miami about 2.5 years ago. I'll probably drop the video once I reach 1,000 subscribers, so if you guys want to hear the story, make sure you subscribe and like the video. But this one single social interaction started my black pill journey, restarted my self-improvement journey, and started a looks maxing journey, all because of one super embarrassing interaction. And the worst part about humiliation is when you know that they're right, when they're clowning you and every single insult is hitting hard because at the deepest parts of your heart you know that it's true. But something about hearing the truth in the most brutal way heals you like nothing else, and it also will lock you in. Next up, we have regret. I chose this picture of Will Smith because you know he regrets the fuck out of sitting down at that Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith and getting his shit aired out. I'm going to put this in the life fuel category. And just so we're on the same page about what the life fuel tier means, the life fuel tier is when there's going to be a change in your life, but it's not going to be as immediate and as radical as an instant lock-in. It's just going to change the way you move going forward and how you navigate throughout the world. I feel like regret, the shoulda, coulda, woulda mindset is actually positive to be used if you're in the same situation again. Next up, we have strict parents. Strict parents is the quintessential situation of when motivation just will not last. A lot of people grow up with strict parents, and these are the first people you see fail when they get to college or when they graduate college, because it's almost like they need some overlord, they need some taskmaster, constantly wagging the finger in the face, checking their phone, what time are you coming home, why are your grades like this, why that. The minute those parents take the foot off the neck, it's almost like those kids don't know what to do. They need someone with the foot on their neck, and we can actually actually parlay this into why some people prefer toxic relationships and a controlling partner. It's almost like they need someone to be controlling them because they do not know how to drive themselves and self-motivate. Next up, we have hype edits. These are the plethora of shorts, reels, and TikToks that you see that were created to motivate you. I can't lie, sometimes those Andrew Tate reels, when he talks about motivation, securing generational wealth, never giving up, making your ancestors proud, they hit like a motherfucker, but once you see them the 30th time, they just don't last. They're not the same. I will say that it's like little shots of motivation, and for that reason, you kind of have to gorge on them, and these people kind of scare me the most. The ones that watch David Goggins and Jocko Willink, I just never jived with it. I mean, at a certain point, you make a decision. Are you going to do it or are you not going to do it? But the TikTok hype edit ain't going to save you, bro. Next up, we have money. Money is going to go inside the fake motivator category. And before you guys jump down my throat on this, please let me explain. The reason why I feel like money's a fake motivator is usually people want to use the money to do something else. Whether it's to get revenge, whether it's to get the girl, the money just acts as a vehicle to do said thing. And also, if you say you want money, no one will really say why. It's kind of like a dead end, easy motivator that won't get many questions. And if you say you want it, everyone will agree. I feel like it's a fake motivator. When you dig deep, you want the money so you can do what? That's my grand question. Everyone that wants $1 million, and then what? And then what will you do with it? Next up, we have having a child. Having a child's a weird one because I haven't had one yet, so I'm just going to speak on this from an observational standpoint. Science says that the male brain actually changes when it finds out that it's going to be a protector and provider of a child. For that reason, I'm going to say that it's an instant lock-in. And I've really had a front row seat to seeing how some people completely change. They do a 180 once they become a father. It's like they step up and become the man they need to be. It's also interesting that people that grew up in broken households want to break the generational curse that they have had and be the best father or mother as possible. So I'm going to put this in the instant lock-in tier. Next up, we have reading books. You see, reading books could be seen in the same realm as TikTok hype edits of being a temporary pump, but I'm going to put them inside the life fuel category because they're not nearly as stimulating and you have to go out of your way to read a book. I think that if you sit down for 30 minutes to an hour each day to read, you're committing for that time period to being a better person and standing on the shoulders of people that have a better life than you do in order to obtain their wisdom. I don't believe in being a bookseller and just always being curled up in a book, but I do think that a person that reads is way more reliably going to be motivated than someone that does TikTok hype edits. Matter of fact, a lot of the TikTok hype edits that you see are the best points in books. Next up, we have a near-death experience. Everybody knows that a near-death experience is an instant lock-in. I had one December 3rd of 2022, and it changed the trajectory of my life. If shit would have went left in the situation, this video wouldn't be made, and the next day I woke up, I genuinely felt like a different person, grateful for every second, realizing that we only have one life, and also walking through life a little bit more carefully and realizing how fragile a human life is. Instant lock-in, no questions. I don't really want to talk about what happened, but just know if you have one of these, you will be scared out of your mind, but afterwards you will be grateful for every single millisecond you have on this earth. Next up, we have clout. They'll do anything for clout is actually a pretty accurate statement. It might seem like something minor, but it's the best metric we have to measure someone's social influence and power level in this world. I'm going to put this one inside the life fuel category. It's kind of insane when you sit down and think about how if someone has 5 million followers when they post, 5 million people across the world will be notified about their thoughts, their ideas, their positions, etc. I think clout seems minor, but it's one of the major things in 2026. And I think it also stems from people not feeling heard when they're a little bit younger. It might actually go somewhere in the revenge category, but knowing that the world listens when you speak is important, and I think it's life fuel. The next inspiration source that we have is Just Cuz. I chose this guy shrugging his shoulders because he looks like he doesn't know what's going on or why he's doing it. That might be the most powerful thing of all. I don't know where it comes from. Call it God, call it a higher power. But when something is on your heart to do and you don't know why, you just have a burning desire to do it, there's a 95% chance that you will actually do said thing because it's nothing external. It's all coming from internal. And those are usually things that you do the best. This channel, for instance, I did it just because I wanted to. Something in my mind said I need to make a YouTube channel and document my own thoughts. No idea where it came from, and I just came out the gates blazing, and I have no intention on stopping. Instant lock-in for sure. Next up, we have seeing someone else do something as a source of inspiration. A lot of times when we get inspired by other people, we don't realize that they've mastered their craft, and that's likely what's inspiring us. For example, when you see a pro skateboarder skate, they've been doing that since they were 15 years old and training every single day. When you see someone playing piano at a master level, they've been training since they were 7. When you see somebody that's able to play soccer, they've been training since they were a child as well. A lot of the times when we get inspired, it's only at the expert level. It'll kickstart the journey, but we all know it won't last. The intro level to playing an instrument is horrendously annoying, meticulous, and cringe. Meanwhile, the end game of it is incredible. There's aura, all this stuff. You're going to start out and then eventually burn out because you think you're going to be an expert immediately. So seeing other people isn't the inspiration source you think it is. Next up, we have people expecting you to be capable of doing something. I chose this picture because this guy looks like he has all the answers and everyone's swarmed around him like he knows exactly what he's doing. This right here is going to be an instant lock-in. For you people that are older brothers or have a girlfriend, you will know that in times of crisis when you need to step up and be the guy, something in your brain chemistry will fire off and you will become the guy. It's very weird. Sometimes you will surprise yourself with the things that you can pull off just because other people expect you to be able to do it. It's like the mind will rise to the occasion, especially when other people think you should be able to. It gives you that little boost to be able to believe in yourself as well. The next item we have here on the tier list is music, and I think that this is a extremely underrated source of inspiration. I don't know if anyone here has played Overwatch, but there's a character called Lucio, and he's a healing class character. The moral of the story is he's able to make you heal and go faster all through the power of music, and I think that's one of the most profound things ever in the video game. I am anti-video games, so when I used to play, I always would harp on how cool of a theory that is. This one's going to go inside the life fuel category. There's been times where I don't feel like going to the gym, I don't feel like leaving my house, and then a song will just get me going, and that can just kickstart the whole night and start a move. Definitely an underrated source of inspiration and some life fuel if I've ever seen it. Next up, we have Heartbreak. Heartbreak is a source of inspiration dawning back to the beginning of time, and anyone that's had a series Heartbreak knows that this is an instant lock-in. I think the thing that really locks you in about this is the fact that you thought you had it all figured out. You had your girl by your side, you thought you had a female nature down to a T, then your mind and your reality gets shattered just like that. She's not into you anymore. You don't know why. She moves on. Whatever the reason, you have to take your foot and put it right back on the gas. You have to pick yourself up, reinvent yourself. And I think it's actually the greatest thing ever because it really stops men from being lazy. You see, when men get in relationships long term, they get fat, they get comfortable, they lose aura. There's something about getting that heart snapped right in half that will remind you that you're still a player in the game and it ain't over. You will always have to perform at your best, and do not get too comfortable out there, boys. Next up, we have nationalists. These are people that say that they do it for the country. I just have never trusted them, and I always felt like it was a giant heap of shit. The interesting part about these people is they say that they love the country, but they don't really love everyone in the country, and they're probably racist. Let's be real. I don't want to be a woke a-hole here, but I've never trusted the dude that starts the USA chant, the guy that says America, because they don't really love it. I don't know what they really love. And the last item we have here on the tier list is doing something to try to impress a girl and win her over. I can't think of a lamer reason to try to master a craft or pick up a skill. One, you're going to get mocked to death by people that actually want to be there. And two, if you're doing all that to impress a chick, you are a sad motherfucking case. Let's just be honest. In 2026, we're just owning who we are, take it or leave it. But this scarcity mindset shit needs to stop. No reason why you should be doing something you don't want to do to get a girl you want, because she's probably not for you. You have to go through all that. But if you made it this far in the video, you know this channel is 100% for you. So make sure that you subscribe and like the video. If I missed any other inspiration sources, comment them down below. Appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace.